Hello everyone, welcome to XinYi Art Channel. I am Miss XinYi. Today, I would like to use a very simple Chinese brush to share the topic of how to obtain creativity in art. Why today I choose a very simple Chinese brush to demonstrate? The reason is I have a philosophy teacher. He is a Chinese ancient sage. You might heard about him. His name is Lao Chu. Lao Chu said, "Great truths are always simple," which means the Tao always use the simplest method to express. Therefore, I would like to use a Chinese brush to guide you through a very simple brainstorming process, to reveal the inspiration from the bottom of heart, and to awaken children's creativity. Children are the future, providing guidance to them. Let them feel the beauty of life is my ultimate goal. So, how to get the creativity flowing? Most of the people, including most of my students, claim I do not have any creativity. In the classroom, whenever I mention, let's draw from your imagination, let's do some design. In the classroom, I always met a dry facial expression. Most students feel lost. Their responses are always like, I have no idea. I don't know what to do. I cannot draw. I couldn't get what you mean, etc. So, as an art teacher, I contemplate every day how to encourage my students to improve their imagination and creativity. Before we discuss about how, let's first to understand what is creativity. First of all, we need to understand creativity cannot be taught, but can be cultivated. So, what is creativity? There is a very simple definition online. Creativity is the act of turning new and imaginative ideas into reality. Basically, it means using the information you already have to manipulate in your mind, form them as idea, imagination, and dreams. Then output those innovative ideas into reality, which always could bring benefit to yourself, society, and humanity. However, in reality, we all know children are the most creative group. Why they usually can't demonstrate creativity? Because most of the inventions in the world are not coming from children's hands. I think the biggest factor is that children's implementation capability is quite limited. Or in other words, their skills are not fully developed. Here, let's use art as an example. Many children, they truly have lots of great ideas. But as a teacher, I always surprised by students' amazing ability. However, to draw those ideas out into a paper to demonstrate skillfully is a difficult task. So they might not fully satisfied by their artworks. In the contrary, if simply copy from teachers' ideas, they can show to parents a beautiful artwork. Another situation is that they might encounter lots of disapproval from people they care, and these facts might limit their motivation to be creative. Once these limitations accumulated day by day, it could result in children's creativities being killed and end up like most of mediocre adults, losing interest, and do repetitive works to fill the boring and busy day. Creativities are inspired. They can be built up with correct guidance, or they might suddenly come into your mind. Next, let's discuss where they actually comes from. We all know that creativity is a bunch of great ideas. Where the great ideas come from, we can say here they come from the mind. So, mind creates ideas. According to psychology, mind can be divided into conscious mind and subconscious mind. Usually, we use our conscious mind to think and make actions. The subconscious mind could not be accessed, but as a matter of fact, it is subconscious mind guided us to be the person like now. So we can say subconscious mind is our instinct, which means those things no need to be processed by brain are stored in subconscious mind. Here I am illustrating as an iceberg. Majority of part of the iceberg is beneath the water surface level. So, how our subconscious mind works? Usually, during our repetitive actions or learning in conscious mind, the knowledge or images are saved into subconscious mind. Once those knowledge transformed into your memory, they become instincts, so you can use them freely. Therefore, the secret is if you can repeat the jobs you like and systematically learn them and consistently plant them into your subconscious mind, then those things can be yours for lifetime, and those things can be activated anytime by you to show your abilities. So here we understand that creativities are coming from subconscious mind, not your brain. As a result, by overthinking, creativities normally couldn't appear. Even though you got the idea, that idea is wandering thoughts. Examples include once you learned how to ride bicycles, you will never forget. Once you learn how to swim, you will never forget. Once you learn how to eat, you will never forget. Once you learn how to draw, you will never forget. As a conclusion, if you can repeat to practice the skills of art, gradually the skills will be stored into your memory and become a long-term memory. Those memories will be source materials of your ideas. And then magic appears. Once you want to use those materials, they will become awareness to upload into your conscious mind. And then, bam, inspiration is there. So creativities are flows. I hope you got what I mean, that the relations between creativities and skills is subtle. For adults, if you practice very hard for years, you might have the skills, but creativities are lost because all your practice is based on what I see, what I draw. You haven't built up a memory library as source material for your creativities. Basically, that type of skills is equal to a copy machine. You will end up with drawing nothing purely using imagination. There is due to the separation of skills and creativities. On the contrary, children, especially in the early age, They have huge imaginations, but barely they understand difficult art theories. Their hand and brain coherence abilities are not fully developed. If they draw messy and unrecognized lines, most likely they are getting discouragement from parents and themselves. In this case, if they care too much about judgment from outside, day by day they will lose the interest in art to express themselves. Further, their thinking model are limited. Bam, they lost the talents in art. Lastly, let's come to the point of how to build up children's creativity. In other words, how to cultivate creativities during the process of learning. Number 1. Find a good teacher for your child. A good teacher understands the development path of children's talents, will be a great example for their blossom. Number 2. Motivate the child to find inner strength. Persistency is a key for develop outstanding art skills. As a matter of fact, it is true for any learning. So, if only 1 hour of classroom practice, it might not be sufficient for them. Cultivating a good habit is necessary, which might be half-hour a day, and a mindful practice is essential. Number 3. Allow them to practice things they have feelings, such as their toys, their favorite animals, their mugs, etc. From the beginning, they do not need to understand the theories like perspectives or compositions or coloring theories. Those things leave for teachers. As a parent, you just encourage them to draw what they see, even from different angles, and allow them to remember the strokes and just for practice the proficiency of managing pencils. For example, here I am demonstrating using a Chinese brush. Chinese brush is soft, not easy to manage, but for years of practice, it is okay to do any tasks. So, the number 4 I want to say is coming from ancient Chinese wisdom, that is the Tao, Shu, and Qi. If in English, they are Tao, skills, and tools. Here, let's come back to Lao Tzu's teaching. Great Tao is the simplest. If we focus on too much about the tools they use, instead of understanding the creativities and the skills, with so many choices, children will get lost in complexity of tools. Once they have a mindset that it is the tools determining their works, it will do harm to keep their creativities. So, just give them a pencil and a cheap notebook. Allow them to doodle on them. They won't be scared to make mistakes. Then they will become free to express their feelings. That's the way to encourage creativity flows. So here I want to raise a voice that creativity and imaginations are the key for children's future. We have the responsibility to protect them. The method I mentioned here also works for you as parents. If you regret that in your daily life there is no use of creativity, or you feel boring sometimes, how about start from little things and be a good example to your child? You might heard about the philosophy term flow. Hopefully, by learning to live in the present moment, you and your child will experience the feeling of flow. This is not limited to art. It applies to anything you learn. Piano, violin, guitar, chess, no matter what. You need inspiration. You need creativities. Or else, it is hard to truly enjoy the process. As a result, give up will be the end. Hopefully, what I said could mean something to you. Wish you and your children always love what you do. Enjoy the beauty surrounding you, and you'll find the beauty is full of creativities. Thank you. Thank you for watching.